All right, everybody. I want to make a real quick video here this morning. I got a dead battery, so I couldn't try cranking it over yet. But what I did find out, the distributor in these, this one had the throttle body, um, injection, whatever. These are the wires coming off of the distributor right here. And some of these are, I guess, trigger wires for the fuel injection system and stuff like that. What I did was this black wire right here from the distributor is the ground, so I grounded it out. And then the distributor wire has this harness that comes out of it that goes to the coil, which would be your triggers coming from the ignition module in the distributor. And then the coil has pink wire is power, the white wire is the one going to your tach. So I hooked the pink to the positive side of the battery. I hooked the ground from the distributor. That black wire is going to the negative side of the battery. Crank it over, it does give me spark. So the ignition system should work. Basically, that ignition module in your distributor was just like a digital set of points, basically. So, I'm almost ready, but it's Hot Rod Power Tour today. So I'm going to definitely get ready to leave here in a minute. I'm already late. It's 9:30. It started a half hour ago. But I got my steering done. I showed you one of these pieces here, like this guy, that came out of them vans. And what I did was I cut it along here and here, across there and everything, so I could fit it down in here. And I'll show you what I did over here. It's right there. So that's that piece. This is just some little anchor that came off it for something. I can't remember what that went to on the van. I did have to put some weld on this shaft right here because the one on the Mini Cooper was a lot bigger around. So I welded 2 spots on the side of it, flattened it out. It was a round shaft with flat on both sides of it. So not really like a D-shaped, but it was, flat on 2 sides. So I did have to build up the shaft coming out of here to make that fit that correctly. And then from here, after I, welded it all up in there, I do want to put one little plate on this top part just to stiffen this up a little bit. But oil filter's right there. So where this you can't see on this side, where this piece of metal wraps around this, there's about a little over 1/8 of an inch on the back side of it that I shaved off and ground off just to make sure that that oil filter can come out all the way. And there's just barely enough room. You can fit your hand. Oh, let me see, get a better view. I don't know. You can fit your hand right around the back side of there. You can get the filter off. I changed it out and put a new one in it already. But the filter will come out right here in this location. You can get in there with a big pair of channel locks, or I think the metal oil filter wrench, I don't think it's going to fit on there. But one of those rubberized straps you can, or a big pair of channel locks. There's plenty of room to get in there and get that thing loose. If you get one that somebody put it on too tight or something, you can have a problem. But it's never going to go to an oil change place and get changed. I'm going to end up doing it myself, so I shouldn't have any issues with that. Power steering, I got my power steering cooler that I took out of the van, mounted that in there. Had to go get me a transmission cooler, got my trans lines all hooked up. The shifter for the car, I got hooked up, so the shifter does work. I had to extend the little shifting rod that goes to it so it'll hit the right length when that shifter moves from park to reverse to drive. You know, to get the thing correctly on it. And I may still need to do some minor adjusting. It is a little difficult getting it in and out of gears with it the way it is. It'll skip over a gear if you pull too hard on it. But I did get my hole cut through the floor for the four-wheel drive shifter, and it lays right next to my leg. I got plenty of room to get down here to the gas pedal. I can rest my foot against the side if I need to, and I don't bump into that. So the four-wheel drive shifter is cut in. You know, got to get ready to get the boot designed to go in there. I'm going to have to do like a little bend on it to get it to wrap around that corner correctly, or maybe put some flat metal here and there so I can put the boot on an angle. But I'll have to build this metal up a little bit to do that. So that part's ready to go. Shifter's hooked up. I do need to get my brake lines and stuff going on it, figure out whether or not I'm going to use this booster and master cylinder. Took the gas pedal out of the truck so I can have a cable driven throttle and get that going. And I did have to back it up a 1/2 inch. So I took my bolts out. I'm going to have to cut my washers and stuff off the floor, drill another hole in front of it, remove my little piece of pipe that I put between those two pieces of metal, just like this here. I didn't want just to crush down where there's one of these underneath the car. So, you know, I had to put a piece of pipe in here so this will stay solid when I tighten that up over there in the corner. So I do need to remount the front two holes. And luckily I didn't do the rest of everything. I wanted to make sure everything was right up front before I came to the rest of these body bolts. So that's where she's at right now. And the back tire actually lines up a lot better too, with it backed up that 1/2 inch. I do have a little bit more of a gap up front, but that just gives me room for that turning radius. I know I'm not going to have to whack this off. I do not mind cutting the front of that bumper off a little bit more if I have to, because it's front bumper. It could have a little angle on the side, a little bit more than what it does on the car, and everything should be fine with that. So, this is it. This is about where we're at right here on this one for right now. I think I'm going to start doing more actual video of me working on it rather than just showing you the things that I've done. So I can record the video, just do a regular video, no time lapse, and then I could take sections of that video and speed it up and do a time lapse. I've been practicing on the computer with the editing and stuff like that. So that's why my videos have kind of been the way they are, because I'm not really that good with that editing program that I'm using. It's a pretty hard program. There's easier ones out there, but it was like everybody tells me it's the best program there is for doing video editing, but it's not the easiest program to work with. So just 1 second here, I'm going to take and show you what I'm going to be taking to Hot Rod Power Tour. I know this isn't necessarily a hot rod, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so there's my hot rod for today. I know some people try to tell me that, like, this ain't a hot rod. Got to be 30 years old or something to be considered a hot rod. But I don't know. It's fast. It's supercharged. Doesn't that kind of sort of qualify? It's a 6-speed manual transmission. They don't make many of those anymore. So, you know, it's like the new era anti-theft device. So, we're getting ready. The kid just woke up. She's getting dressed. I got to stop somewhere and feed her. Get her hair brushed and all that kind of stuff. But, just wanted to show you. This is what we're going to take up there today to Hot Rod Power Tour. And, yeah, get around my tag number there. But yeah, anywho, this is what we're going to be riding in. My friend was going to come with us. Actually, my kid's like kind of sort of stepdad. But the other kid's sick, so he's got to stay home with him today, and he can't come with us. So her actual stepdad, though, the one that her mom's married to, is going and bringing my daughter's sister. So at least she'll have somebody to hang out with. I mean, she wants to hang out with Daddy anyways. She's not really into cars, but anything she can do to hang out with her daddy gonna be fun. So she always loves it. So I'm gonna hurry up and cut this off and get out of here. I will get as much footage as I can of the power tour today, and whatever I can put out there, I'll get for you and try to get a good video for you tonight. Maybe, I don't know, 2 or something. We'll see what's up. But I certainly can't record 8 hours worth of stuff and put it all out there. So this is it. This is what we're taking up there. It's my hot rod for today. It is supercharged, so I don't know. Like I said, I kind of, I don't know. In my mind, it's my hot rod. I don't care how old it is and whatever. It's a 2003. It's 20 years old. Doesn't that make it a classic? So we'll figure it out. We'll see what they say. I mean, they're going to let me in regardless. I bought a ticket. So I will see y'all later on. I'm not going to be racing because I don't have a helmet. But, you know, I don't really want to take it up there and break it anyways, because this is my daily driver outside of the little work van. But, you know, yeah, this is what we're taking up there. But they do have an autocross track going on up there today. Maybe if somebody's willing to loan me a helmet because they want to see me drive this thing on the track, I'd probably slay them. So this thing handles like a dream. So I don't care what anybody brings up there today. This thing would probably smoke them on that damn autocross track. So we'll figure it out. We'll see what we can do. What kind of stuff we can come up with for you. See my American flag hanging on the house there, and I gotta straighten. No, I don't need to straighten it out. It just looks like that in the map or in the window. Map. The hell did I say map for? I don't know. I'm just trying to hurry up. I'm late. It's already almost going on 10 o'clock, and gates open at 9. So that's what happens when your kid stays up till 3 o'clock in the morning watching videos. It takes her forever to get up in the morning. So this is it. This is what we're taking. Hopefully we'll see y'all later on.